How's it going, everybody? It's the Keenest Fox here. Today is my channel where I talk about anime, video games, and cartoons, mostly Sonic and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But today, I won't be talking about either of those two, but I'll be talking about, well, anime. That's a rarity. Keenest Fox talking about anime? What? But if you haven't read the title of the video, you already know what I'm going to talk about, and it's going to be about One Piece. And why I think it's mostly just a video where I'm recommending people to actually watch One Piece because it's actually a great show. I finally caught up to it after all this time, and it's crazy. I mean, I could have caught it up sooner if I didn't take a long break as I did, but hey, it is what it is. At least I'm caught up before the 1000th episode release, so I'm happy about that. I really am, and it's pretty awesome that One Piece reached up to like 1,000 episodes and 100 volumes, believe it or not, and they already got like 1,020 something chapters. So yeah, One Piece is not really stopping. Well, it's probably gonna stop sooner or later, but right now it's not stopping anytime soon. I think they're kind of nearing. They're not at the end just yet, but I don't know. Maybe a couple more arcs, and maybe it might just be over. Who knows? But One Piece, yeah, it's always been around for like longer than I've actually been born, to be honest. I mean, at least by a hair. I mean, yeah, but yeah, still, it was pretty. It's a good series. I definitely recommend checking it out. But yeah, so I'm just gonna talk talk about One Piece a little bit. Maybe some of the things that people don't like about One Piece and some of the things I like about One Piece, and why you should watch it. Alright? So let's get started. Alright, so for my first segment, I'm going to talk about some reasons why people do like One Piece, reasons why people don't like One Piece and reasons why I like One Piece. Now, you might get some common criticism where it's not like, well, not even constructive, but it's like, people who probably talk themselves out of watching it will probably be the type of people who be like, I don't like One Piece because the art looks weird. It's too many episodes, which yeah, that can be a little overwhelming. I mean, it's 1,000 episodes, and it was like, and it only has like 99 fillers, so there is that. Some people say it's boring, which I disagree. Yeah, I mean, I guess some episodes can kind of drag on and whatnot, maybe. I mean, because it does have like a lot of them. Like again, it's got 1,000 episodes, so. But yeah, it's not gonna be like it's gonna be action straight up like all the time, you know. But still, it's still good. I like some of the dull moments sometimes when they're having like just good, just funny moments and stuff where the characters are acting all goofy. But yeah, um, and yeah, so those are some reasons why people don't like to watch One Piece, why they talk themselves out of watching it. Personally, myself, the reasons why I like One Piece is because, well, I once used to regard One Piece as like one of my favorite animes. It's not my favorite anime anymore, but it's still around that top 10. Like, I mean, I know I've taken a break from One Piece for a couple of years, actually. But, yeah, it definitely, the episodes still kept brewing. But, hey, that didn't stop me from actually, like, trying to catch up, which, again, I did. So that was pretty awesome. Because that was actually one of my goals for this year, to actually catch up to One Piece before it reached 1,000 episodes. Because I was like, oh, man, I gotta catch up to One Piece, or that was my goal last year. And then I'm like, okay, and I gotta definitely do this now before it hits the 1,000 episode. Now, here we are. But anyways, so yeah, so currently it's in the 1 arc. But if I had to say my top 5 favorite animes, One Piece is not really in there, but of course it's a part of the 10. And I don't think there's like anything poorly done about One Piece. You know, it's not like badly written at all. I actually think it's a pretty perfect anime, honestly, like a prime example of what shonen anime should be like. But if I had to say my top 5 would be what would it be? I would say top 5 is Slayers, Fullmetal Alchemist, Naruto, let's see, Inuyasha, definitely, My Hero Academia, and JoJo and stuff. So yeah, those are some of my favorites. But One Piece definitely should be in the same league, if not, yeah. But yeah, so definitely one of my favorites, and they have excellent characters, designs, and personalities that stand out to me. They have like really rich and unique backstories and stuff. Trust me, I feel like the backstory episodes and stuff where we like see the characters' past and stuff, hell, even the villains' past, can actually be pretty interesting. I'm like, oh shit, oh that's crazy, oh whatever. Next up, I had to say they got great world building and stuff. They got all types of weird stuff like transponder snails or whatever. They got fishermen, which is pretty cool. They got well, of course they have humans. It's One Piece, of course, or they're on Earth, so duh. But I mean, but they got all types of characters, which I'll get into that later. But yeah, I think the world building is pretty good. I feel like it's very inspiring. and whatnot. All the characters have like some kind of goal that they want to do and whatnot, and they don't like waver from it at all, or and I really respect that. It's pretty awesome. It reminds me a lot. Well, of course, that's the whole shonen stuff. Like with Naruto and stuff, like follow your dreams and all that stuff. That kind of thing. Then I had to say they have some interesting themes and narratives and stuff. They really explore some pretty controversial and pretty deep stuff. That hell, the Western stuff these days, like in which call it media, they wish they can get like that. But yeah, they wish they can get like that type of like level. But trust me, nah, they make everything so one-sided. But this isn't about that though. But this is about One Piece. And One Piece, I feel like they really do handle things pretty competently. Where it's not like for example, the Marines. Usually the Marines are always the bad guys and stuff because the main characters are pirates, so of course they're going to be pursued. Even though yeah, pirates are criminals, outlaws, and stuff, and of course the main characters are branded criminals and stuff, but they're not bad people. Of course, they're more so like anti-heroes. They just do their own thing, but they don't really have any regard for the law and none of that stuff. So yeah, that type of thing. But the Marines, though, I mean, there are like legit good people in the Marines, and then of course there are bad Marines in there. People who are either dirty or crooked and stuff, and then like good Marines, like I don't know, Monkey D. Garp or Captain Smoker and stuff, or hell, my favorite boy Aokiji and stuff. He was one of my favorite admirals, Fujitora. Yeah, some of those guys, they're actually pretty cool. But then, like I said, there are some bad guys, and there's some really, some really shitty guys. But yeah, like I guess like what Captain Morgan and stuff from back in the East Blue and all that. Yeah, guys like that, or Spot M. Spot M, that guy was an asshole. Yeah, but anyways, so yeah, the themes, and then I have to say it was formerly one of the big three. Keep that in mind. It was up there with Bleach and Naruto. Arguably, I feel like there could be an argument made that One Piece could actually be better written than both Bleach and Naruto. Well, Bleach isn't a bad anime. I actually like Bleach, but I had to say Bleach. In terms of writing, I would say it's like, to me, it's like B, which isn't bad, but it's like a B level like fairy tale where it has its own kind of like formula and stuff. Where I mean, basically, the Bleach formula, basically somebody gets captured or whatever, and Ichigo has to get stronger, and he gets some kind of plot armor, and he beats the main character and saves the person. Like, for example, it happened in the Rescue Rugia saga, and then it happened later in the Arankar stuff with Orihime and all that stuff, that kind of thing. But still, I love Bleach. I love watching the fights. I love the characters and stuff. It's good. I like Bleach. But I have to say One Piece is definitely the better anime, in my opinion. And then Naruto, I mean, I just like Naruto more so in general because I don't know. Like, I grew up with both Naruto and One Piece, and hell, I was probably watching One Piece a little bit before I was watching Naruto. But I'm just a lot more invested in Naruto, and I gravitate more towards it than One Piece. But still, that doesn't mean just because you think like Naruto is better doesn't mean you shouldn't watch One Piece. I definitely urge you to try out One Piece, like at least watch an arc or two. But yeah, but we'll get into that as well. So that's all I gotta say there on my reasons as to why I watch One Piece, because I think it's like a prime example of what a good shonen anime should be like. So yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to tell you about pretty much how I just got into One Piece and how long I've been watching it. Because honestly, I've been watching One Piece probably since I was like, honestly, like 4 years old. Because it used to come on back on like Cartoon Network. Well, it came on like 4Kids, but I clearly remember watching it on Cartoon Network because I know it was on that Toonami block, just like a bunch of other shows like Zatch Bell and Naruto also being some of my first animes. But yeah, but One Piece was definitely up there. One of my first animes and whatnot. I remember watching it when I was a kid. Looking back, if you actually like, you could probably like search up the clips on like, I don't know, YouTube or something. The dubbing was so terrible, and the edits were probably even worse. It was really bad. I mean, the dubbing, the Funimation dub is better now, of course. Yeah, it's definitely better. The VIZ dub is way better now, for sure. But if we're talking like the 4Kids dub, it was really bad. And it only went up to the Alabasta saga. Like, a part of me actually wants to find an episode or so from the 4Kids and like just watch it or something and just be like, oh my god, I can't believe. Yeah, that would have been hilarious. But anyways, besides the point. So I've been watching it since I was like since I was like 4. So that's definitely been a while. And then eventually, One Piece stopped showing up on Cartoon Network for some reason. I was like, wow. And I personally myself thought One Piece ended or something because I was like, because like when you're a kid and stuff, you're like, oh well, yeah, like you don't have like a whole lot of access to internet. At least back then in the 2000s, you didn't really have too much access to the internet and whatnot. And you're like, hmm. So yeah, like so if a show just goes off, then you just won't see it again for a long time. Like, that's what I felt about with Naruto. Like Naruto kind of was like on Cartoon Network for a while, and then after the whole Sasuke retrieval stuff and the series ended, they were kind of doing something with Naruto Shippuden on Disney, but then that was very short lived, and I was like, huh. So yeah, so it's weird. Like I didn't know One Piece and Naruto was still kind of going on until I was like a teenager, when I was like probably like I don't know 12 or 13 or something. I was like because I was like old enough to like get like these shonen magazines and stuff. Remember they used to put out the little Shonen Jump magazines? Yeah, well I used to buy those from like something like Toys R Us or something, and I would be like, oh snap, is that One Piece and Naruto and stuff? Like they're still going and whatnot. I was like, yeah, I didn't know. I was like, oh shit. So yeah, and that was like around the time when the War Arc was going on, and it was like really popping off. I was like, oh snap. What went down and stuff. I didn't know One Piece and Naruto was still going on. Yeah, like both the war arcs were popping off. Like you had the first one being with One Piece, and then later on Naruto kind of followed up after that with with of course their war arc and whatnot. It was crazy. So that's where I decided to like I was like, of course I was reading both the comics and stuff, and then eventually I just thought to myself, why not I just go back and just like I don't know, like rewatch or catch up on like what I missed so far, and that's exactly what I did. So of course, like when I was 12, I did that, and then it took me a couple of years, whatnot, to get a little ahead. Well, compared to most, like I've watched like stuff like the East Blue, the Grand Line, the Alabasta, what else? Skypiea, Water 7, in these lobbies, Amazon Lily. I'm trying to think. Thriller Bark. I didn't say that in order. What else? Yeah. I was watching, the Imple Down. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, where they were in prison and stuff. That was crazy. And then that was the War Arc and stuff, when the War Arc was happening. Then what happened after the War Arc? Then that was when they did the 2-year time skip with the New World stuff. And then they had Fisherman Island. And then they had Punk Hazard. Punk Hazard was really slow. Probably not one of the best arcs that I would recommend watching in One Piece. But yeah, Punk Hazard, I can barely remember anything that went down in there besides Caesar the Clown. And then finally, I had to say there was the Dressrosa arc. So around the Punk Hazard and the Dressrosa arc, I kind of like fell off, where I was like, where I lost my place in One Piece, because I don't know, I just like, all right, I gotta take a break from watching One Piece for a while. And I think it was probably around the time when I was watching Luffy versus Doflamingo. It was a good fight. Don't get me wrong, it was a great fight. Like Luffy using Gear 4 and everything. Spoilers. By the way, using Gear 4, well, it shouldn't be a spoiler. Everybody should know that Luffy can, of course, use Gear 4. But, spoilers. But anyways, I was beating Doflamingo's ass and stuff, and all that shit, so it was crazy. But, yeah. So, I kind of lost my place from there, and then a bunch of other stuff happened, like, the wedding stuff, and then the, what else? And now we're in Wano, and stuff with Kaido and all that stuff, so it's pretty cool. So, yeah, but if you're watching One Piece, I would definitely recommend getting some kind of variety by like watching other animes on the side as well and stuff. If you just want to watch all the episodes, or at least just like read the manga and stuff. You can control whenever you want to just like watch the series or whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah. But I definitely think that One Piece does have like a lot of good, genuine moments. I feel like the characters are definitely fully fleshed out, and they're pretty cool. Like, I love Luffy's crew, of course. You gotta love Luffy's crew. You got, of course, Luffy himself. You got, Zoro. You got Nami. You got Usopp. You got Sanji. You got Chopper. You got, Nico Robin. You got, who else? You got, Frankie. You got Brooke. I'm trying to go in order here. And now, spoilers, new edition, you have Jinbei. So, that's pretty cool. Got a total of 10 characters. So, yeah, part of the show has as the main character. So, that's pretty awesome. So, yeah, so definitely check out those guys and stuff. They're really interesting characters. But yeah. So that's all I gotta say there. As to my history with One Piece, eventually I decided after like school and stuff to just pick up from One Piece because I've been ahead of the dub for a while, but I just haven't been like watching the sub and whatnot. Excuse me, my throat's a little but yeah, definitely check out One Piece and whatnot. Like if you don't want to, you don't want to. That's fine. But this is definitely an anime I recommend. I think it's like honestly like like I said, uh, just perfect for anybody who's into shonen anime and whatnot, like Hunter x Hunter or Dragon Ball Z or Naruto or something.
You're right! I don't have a clue how to use a sword, you bastard!
Wait, what exactly is he trying to say here?
I'm a terrible sailor. I definitely can't cook. And I can't even lie!
Hey!
And without my friends to help me, I would have been dead a long time ago!
So you fully admit how pathetic you are. You may be a fool, but you certainly are honest. How must your crew feel tolerating this idiocy day in and day out? I bet they're sick of it. But that makes me wonder why they tried so desperately to save their half-wit leader. Someone like you doesn't deserve a ship or a crew. What good is a helpless rubber-brained captain to them? What can you possibly do?
I can kick your ass!
Well, get to it, you numbskull.
If he dies, I'm gonna kill him.
I've got your back, Luffy!
All right, go!
Get it, big bro! Yeah, go for it!
All right, so what makes One Piece different from other shonen animes and stuff? That sounds like a really good question. Here are some of the complaints with shonen main characters is that like shonen main characters are usually shown to be like that tough as nails, dumb, headstrong, type of guy who likes to just fight a lot and stuff. And Luffy does definitely fall into that category. Luffy's always like, "I'm gonna kick your ass," and he's always a loudmouth and whatnot. But I feel like he might be a little bit of an exception. I feel like Luffy is definitely a special case. But let's talk about his crew real quick. His supporting characters, the guys who's always backing him up. I'm going to be talking about everybody besides Jinbei and whatnot because Jinbei's kind of new, or he's not new, but he's like new to the crew and whatnot. But if I just say like some of his friends do have like some cheap jokes and stuff every now and then, like Zoro. He likes to drink a lot, and this man has no sense of direction and stuff. He reminds me of another character from Ramna and a Half named Regolu. Regolu, that man cannot read a map for his own life. Like, yeah, he cannot, and neither can Zoro. Like, you point left, Zoro will probably go straight and be like, "But you pointed that way, right?" It's stupid, but yeah, I mean, that's the comedy of One Piece. And then Nami, she pretty much uses her sex appeal and whatnot, and she's also a thief and whatnot, and pretty much likes to steal and has this whole greedy ambitions and whatnot. She likes money a lot, of course. And then there's Usopp. Usopp can be a little bit of a coward and a liar, but that plays into his character arc, of course, as well. Which if you watch the anime, you'll definitely feel that. But yeah, that's Usopp, and then Sanji. Well, Sanji is the resident pervert of One Piece, of course. So yeah, Chopper. Chopper's a little cute character, but whenever Chopper gets like some kind of compliment or something, he'll probably like say something contradicting his movements and be like, "Man," yeah, he's like, "Man, it's not that makes me feel good or anything." He'll probably his body be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm blushing and stuff, whatever." And then Robin, she's cool, but she'll probably say something either bizarre or tragic and whatnot. Usually, Robin's like kind of like she's not a dark character, but she's like, it's weird. Like Robin, she's very, in a way, sometimes stoic, just like, oh, well, or not stoic, but how do I put this? I wouldn't say she's like uber serious, but just, just not like the kind of like, that would be goofing around like, I don't know, Usopp or something, or Frankie. but just be like, oh, okay, that's nice, and she'll snicker a little bit. But yeah, but she'll definitely say something like weird and tragic, and you just wouldn't even expect to be like, oh, okay. And then what else? And then Frankie, he has that Super Sentai kind of vibe and whatnot. The whole American pose or whatever. I don't know. He always in a festive spirit. He's like, he's super and all that. Yeah, Frankie's cool. And then Brooke, Brooke would say some weird jokes and stuff and have that weird laugh, yo, or whatever. It's kind of funny, but yeah. But the thing is though, like with these characters, there are definitely a lot of depth with these characters and stuff. They all have like some of them definitely are like, or not even some, a lot of them probably do have some kind of tragic backstories and stuff. Well, actually no, I take that back. Legitimately, I think all of them probably do have some kind of like dark past or history or something. Yeah, for sure. Or things that will really like that just really shape their life into just being like, wanting to pursue the dreams that they want to pursue or whatever. But yeah, but definitely check out those, because I'm not going to explain everyone's whole backstory here because I'd be here way too long. But things like Zoro's pride as a swordsman and his pride, being a part of Luffy's crew and whatnot, how dedicated he is to Luffy and how he's trying to help build him up as a captain, as a pirate captain and whatnot. Because I remember how one time, and another spoiler, Usopp, one of Luffy's crewmates, he basically got into a fight with Luffy over their ship and stuff, and that Usopp didn't want to throw it away, and Luffy was thinking about getting rid of it because it's not going to work anymore. So they got into a fight. Usopp left the crew. Some stuff happens. He comes back. Zoro's threatening, saying that he will leave the crew if Luffy just lets Usopp back just like that, without Usopp at least begging and whatnot to get back in the crew and whatnot, just to prove that Luffy shouldn't be as like forgiving, or he shouldn't be as like as a pirate, since this is his crew after all, which makes sense. That's pretty legit. Then there's also like Nami. I feel like she's a very resourceful character and whatnot. Sure, she might be a thief and whatnot and be very ambitious, but she's a really good navigator. She's good at drawing maps and stuff, that kind of thing. So that definitely comes in handy. So a lot of people will probably be like, well, Nami's useless or whatever. She's like, I don't know, Sakura or something. And I might make a video someday or something about that. I don't know. I always keep making promises on videos. But in terms of like, yeah, no, I don't even think Sakura is useless either. But Nami's certainly not useless. She definitely has her use. Obviously, her position as being the navigator, because Zoro and Luffy cannot sail for the life of them. Like I said, I already said this man has no sense of direction, and Luffy really doesn't have anything outside of just fighting and stuff and picking a really good crew and eating meat. So that's about it. But I mean, there's other stuff too, but I just have to say, but in terms of contributing to the team as in navigation or whatever, or being a doctor, nah, not really. And then who else? I would say Usopp. He's a good marksman and whatnot. He wants to be a great pirate and whatnot. Like his dad, if you don't already know, his dad was once a part of Shanks' crew, or actually he is a part of Shanks' crew. And Usopp wants to be like that type of big, or he wants to be a great pirate and stuff, But he's comes off because Usopp. There's a few characters inside Luffy's crew that are kind of just normal people, like Nami and Chopper. Or Chopper is not that normal, but Chopper's not necessarily that strong unless we're talking like his big form or whatever. That's a whole nother story right there. But normally, Usopp and Nami, they're just regular people. They're like, oh shit, we don't got superpowers and none of that stuff. But they do find ways to contribute. Usopp, like I said, he's a marksman. On top of that, before Frankie came along, became like the shipwright and stuff. Usopp was kind of like holding the fort down. He was really maintaining the ship and stuff the best way he knew how, without really that much formal training. But still, he seemed to manage, and he was also good at creating weapons and stuff, like Nami's weapon and whatnot. So yeah, there's that. And then up next, I have Sanji. Sanji, things I like about Sanji is I think Sanji. I feel like when you're writing Sanji as a character, of course, you gotta remember a couple of rules to Sanji. One, Sanji never fights a woman. And even if he is trying to fight a woman, Sanji would do his damnness to at least try to subdue her in a way. But he wouldn't, strike a woman. Never will. Oh, yeah, he would never do that. So that's one. And then two, Sanji never fights with his hands. He always fights with his legs and stuff. If you haven't already noticed, I mean, yeah, sure, the man be doing handstands like crazy and stuff, but he never fights with his hands. He always has his like hands in his pocket or something or what. But yeah, and that's mainly because his pride as a or his dedication as a cook. He doesn't want to get his hands all injured and stuff because his hands are meant for cooking. So that's pretty cool. So Sanji uses a system of like taekwondo, capoeira, and kickboxing in his fighting style, which is again pretty cool. And another thing is Sanji does not use weapons in a fight. Again, he mostly uses his body and his legs for the most part, like he's playing soccer or something. So yeah. So so those are a few morals about Sanji, okay? Oh yeah, and another thing, Sanji really, really, really hates when people waste food. He cannot stomach that. He hates, like, even if somebody, like, I don't know, spills food or something like that, definitely on purpose, he's probably gonna kick your ass. At least if you're a guy, for sure, he's gonna beat the fuck out of you. Especially if it's something he made. Yeah, he does not take kindly to that shit. Not at all. So, Sanji. But I love Sanji, though. He's a cool character. Probably one of my favorite pervert characters. And then there's also, like, Moroku and Mineta from Inuyasha and My Hero Academia. But Sanji's definitely should be on my list of favorite pervert characters in anime. But, yeah. So, Sanji, and then next up I got Chopper. Chopper's a doctor and whatnot. He's really prideful about that. He was always rejected and whatnot by his, like, by others because, well, he was different, you know. I mean, not every day you see a little blue-nosed reindeer and stuff who got cast out by his own family and whatnot, and then he got accepted by this doctor. But Chopper, and then there's Robin and stuff. Robin's pretty cool. It's been a while since I've really seen Enies Lobbies and stuff, and I can't really recall every single detail about One Piece, but Robin's been branded a world criminal, and the government's always been after her neck. So Robin's been hanging around with guys like Crocodile and whatnot. But still, Robin's a cool character. I like her will to live and whatnot. That was a really good moment right there with her and whatnot. So yeah, so definitely like Water 7 Enies Lobbies is definitely the good way of like exploring Robin's character there and whatnot, what she's been through and all that other stuff. What else? And then Robin and then Frankie. He's also a pretty cool character, a really fun-loving character and stuff. He always makes weapons, or not weapons, he always makes like fun inventions and stuff, and he also created the Thousand Sunny, which is their current ship, which is pretty badass looking. And then there's Brook, who's very enthusiastic and whatnot, and his dream is to see his little whale friend and stuff, and Brook is kind of, well, obviously undead. He's a skeleton. He used to be the captain of his own crew, if I remember correctly, but his crew got killed or they died or something. So, and he died too, but because of his devil fruit, he came back. So, yeah. So that's pretty much the Straw Hat Pirates and whatnot. But one of the things that I just think makes Luffy one of the like best main characters in Shonen is that he has an unwavering goal to become king of the pirates. And I know you could probably just be like, oh well, that's like Naruto or something. But I mean, it's just like, you know, when you're like talking about like what makes them different in a way. Because, I mean, I wouldn't say Naruto would never waver, but I'm just saying in general, like, because I feel like when you write a character, you always got to write what kind of, like, lengths they will go through, whatever, or what, how far would they see these morals and stuff like that. And I feel like Luffy's just, like, one of those characters for sure. Like, hell, Luffy would challenge the whole world and stuff if it means, if it's just over one little friend and whatnot, or if he'll challenge one of the four emperors and stuff. If they're trying to fucking take his own cook. Luffy does not get down like that, or he gets down like that. For sure. He gets, like, I wouldn't say he gets what he wants, but hey, Luffy's just the type of guy who just doesn't, I guess, take no for an answer. Or he does, but he just doesn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. If, like I said, the thing about Luffy, I feel like he always has a keen eye for talent and potential and promise. So, yeah, I really like that. Especially, like, when people that he definitely gets along with, like Sanji, or Usopp or something, or Chopper, yeah. So, anyways, but, yeah. So, that's what I feel like just makes Luffy unique in his own way. It's not really much I can really say that makes him too much different from other shonen protagonists, but I just definitely invite you to watch One Piece and come to your own conclusion. But I think the basic attributes that makes Luffy like one of the best shonen anime characters in general.
You, what is your goal?
To be the king.
Your ambitions are even loftier than your friends. That's quite a task.
Yeah, well, you just let me worry about that. Bleh.
He's alive! He was just unconscious. Big bro, if you're alive, then say something!
Zoro!
Big bro!
Luffy, can you hear me?
Yeah?
I'm sorry for disappointing you. I know that you need nothing less than the greatest swordsman in the world. I've let you down. Please forgive me.
Okay, you can stop saying things now!
Big bro! I solemnly swear, from this moment forward, that I will never lose again. Until the day comes when I defeat him and take his title. I will never be defeated. Is that okay? King of the Pirates!
Yep.
You're a good team. I hope to see you again someday.